Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and this is just a short video, I hope it's short, to show you what I ordered for my pre-order. Demonstrators are always allowed to do a pre-order before a publication or any online exclusives hit for the general public. So this is a copy of the front of the new annual catalog. For Stampin' Up! Policy, I cannot show you the inside, but I can show you the outside of the catalog. And then what I want to concentrate right now is the new in colors. So I have stamped the new in colors, and this is Cloud Cover, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush. Strawberry Slush was an in color back in, I believe, 2015. I loved Strawberry Slush. They brought it back. This is Timid Tiger, and this is Darling Duckling. So here are the ink pads, and you're saying, geez, Leigh, in colors are 5. You got 4 ink pads. Stampin' Up! Is having quality and color issues with the Cloud Cover. So what I did is I took the markers. This is the color for the marker, and I inked. I did not do well doing the marker to stamp technique, but I did want to show you that color. Stampin' Up! Is having issues with this color. The color is shifting and changing, and just to show you, I have not opened these yet, but this is the cardstock. So is it blue? Is it gray? Is it green? But I'm really loving this color. I hope they can get the quality issues with that ink shifting and changing color after it sits. I hope they can get that worked out, because I really love that color. And I am surprised with the Secret Sea. It's not really black. It's not really gray, but I really like that color. And like I said again, I've always loved Strawberry Slush. And I'm surprised with these two. I was thinking like, ooh, Darling Duckling. Yeah, I mean, I'm loving that. I'm also loving the Timid Tiger. And these are the cardstock for that. And like I said, these are the markers. The markers you will not find in the new catalog when it comes out May 6th. They're online. They will be released as an online exclusive. So let me get that over here out of the way. And I think what I'm going to start on next is I'm just going to continue with online instead of showing you what I got from the annual catalog. So let me get over here and pull my online stuff, because I've got stuff everywhere. Yeah, and I did not do that big of a pre-order. I just I order what I think I'm going to need to start off with, and then I order down the road. Yeah, I'm like everybody else. There's only so much money to go around. And my business, I am not a big time Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am face-to-face with my classes, and yeah, so I have to as a demonstrator, I have to watch my spending. I only spend what my business can support. But this is the Flower Garden foils, and again, this is an online exclusive, so I'm hoping you can see there are see, this is going to be Strawberry Slush. So these each have just a subtle little pattern on there. This is Pretty in Pink, and then this is Cloud Cover. So again, just beautiful. I like that cloud cover, I really do. I wasn't sure, just looking at it online until you can, you know, touch it, feel it. Yeah. Next I have floral impressions, and I keep all of my 12 by 12 paper in a clear cover. I do label it, and the yellow for me signifies that it is online. I know some people say I'm a little carried away with how I organize, but everything's got to have a home. It's got to be in its home, and I have to be able to figure out what it is and where it is when I need it. So this works for me with starting to go for online. I have always put in my holder, as you'll see on this one, I have always put in my holder what colors coordinate with this designer series paper. And on the back, the white sheet that's the white cardboard on the back always lists that. So this is what I know. When I pull this out and I go to work with it, I'm looking at the colors instead of saying, is this berry burst or what color is this? I don't know. So it's right there for me. But yeah, this is such pretty paper. And again, if you don't like the one side, stick around because I'm sure you're going to love the back side. And there is 12 by 12 paper. Isn't that pretty? That I ordered because, yeah, I didn't like the bundle, the sweet collection that it went with. But I really liked the back side, what I'm calling the back side of that paper. So, yeah, so this is just all, and Stamping Up takes all the guesswork out of coordinating colors. I mean, it's, yeah, they do it for you. So that was online. Over here I have some more online. You're a regular. Okay, so online exclusive. I haven't even opened this. This is, let's see if I get my snips here and cut this without cutting the ribbon on my fingers. This is, isn't this pretty? Oh, don't you hate that stuff? It just has a mind of its own. This is what it is. This is gold striped meshed ribbon. And put this over here. There. Give you a better look at that. Isn't that pretty? Can't wait to use that. It looks really exciting. So that is online. Oh, let's just put you over here. These are loose shaker elements. And I hope when I open these, they don't go everywhere. But I am having a shaker card, easy shaker card class coming up. And I got these, there we go, to go inside. Isn't that pretty? So yes, that's going to be a lot of fun. It's another online. Holographic dots are online. So, yep, there we go with those. I think that's going to take on whatever color I'm thinking you put. Let's see. Let me grab this. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I think this is going to look really well with, yeah, just about anything you pair that with. So, and again, this is just the backing from Designer Series paper. Got my label on there on what it is. And yes, it's yellow because it is an online exclusive. And these are passport holders. And I've showed this before, but I have all of them in a container alphabetically. That's also how my stamps are stored. That's how my Designer Series paper is stored. And that is how my dies are stored, is in alphabetical order. I can at least sometimes remember a name or be close enough. Trying to sort them by flowers and greetings and that's too complicated for me. This is another online exclusive photopolymer, blooming phrases. And I love this. So I have stamped this out, and this was stamped with our Secret C. So again, is it black or what? You know, what is it? I just love this ink. Absolutely love this color. So that is Blooming Phrases. Like I said, it's an online exclusive. Next, we have More Messages. More Messages is one giant stamp with a bunch of messages on it. It coordinates with a die. So, and yes, my dies go on a magnetic sheet. They go on a holder. And once the catalog goes live, I will have a printout on the back that is basically this, so that I know what stamps belong with that. And I don't think it's not gonna do it. Yeah, it is. So right here we go. This lines up. And it cuts everything out at the same time. So here this is stamped. So again, there you go. So you cut it out. That's what it looks like. And then here are all the greetings cut out. And this was stamped with the Timid Tiger. So here are all of the greetings. Then also, here are all of these cut out. I did not grab a sheet of paper big enough when I started putting them down, but you can layer, like this greeting, you can layer that on top of there. You can layer this on top of there, this on top of that, this on top of whatever. So I am really excited about this. Stampin' Up! Has had stamp sets and dies where all of these were individual stamps. Then to cut out those greetings, these were all individual dies, and it was hard to line them up. It was hard to get it just set just right. It was hard to figure out which die goes with which greeting, and this takes all the guesswork out of it for you. So I am so excited about this. And again, more messages. It's an online exclusive. You will not find it in the catalog. So yeah, there's that. What else is, I think that might be it for my online exclusives. Okay, so this is designer series paper I got, and this is Florals in Bloom. This is part of a suite. I didn't care for the stamps or the dies, but you know, I'm a paper junkie, and this is just screams springtime to me, and I love this. And I love how, again, everything is going to coordinate with all the other colors. Yep. So right there you go. Isn't that all pretty? So, so pretty. So I like both sides on that paper. All right, this is the paper that, this is a suite, and this is called Turtley Cute. And I don't care about turtle stamps. I didn't want the dies. I forgot. There are embellishments that go with this. Where are they? There are something hexagons. Shoot, I had already labeled that and filed them away. I think it's something hexagons. So of course, I don't remember. I thought I had kept everything aside that was new that I had ordered. Here it is. Shades of Green hexagons. Yeah. And these colors are going to coordinate with Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Soft Sea Foam, and Shaded Spruce. So, I mean, to me, it looks like stained glass is really what this looks like to me. So that will coordinate with this paper. And like I said, the bundle with this and stuff was turtles, and I'm not into turtles, but like, for example, this is all the designer series paper, and it all features turtles on one side, which, yeah, if you want, you could fussy cut around these and make a card with a turtle on it if you don't have the stamp set and the dies. But I loved the paper. I mean, I'll show you the other side. But this is what I wanted. I wanted this. I wanted this. This is cute with the little music notes. And like I said, I did not buy this paper for the turtles. I bought it for this side. I bought it for the pattern part on the other side of the paper, because I can work with that. I can work with this, with that, and it doesn't have to be a turtle card. So yeah, so that is, you know, just because you see paper, like it coordinates with a turtle stamp set and turtle dies, just don't turn your back on it and say, oh, it's turtles, I don't want it. Look at, like I did, the other side, you know, the B side, the flip side of that designer series paper. Yeah. So that's how I buy a lot of paper like that. Okay, another, this is just a standalone stamp set, and this one I was having trouble stamping. This is the Darling Duckling ink, and this is the Right Words. This is red rubber. It's a cling mount. And I loved all the greetings on there. What's in the current catalog, in the current mini, a lot of my word stamps are going on the last chance list, or they are moving to online or whatever. Most of them are on the last chance. So it's like, okay, I've got to replace some of my words. And I liked how I have a choice with the fonts, and it has a good selection of messages on there. So, and this will coordinate with other fussy cut or other dies that we have. I'm thinking stylish shapes. All right, there is a suite in the there's a suite in the product. There is a suite in the catalog that's called the Beautiful Gallery. And I bought everything in this suite except for the embossing folder. I did not like the embossing folder. The suite has 2 stamps and 2 dies. So it's got like 2 bundles. So, and it's got 6x6 designer series paper. It's Beautiful Gallery. And again, this is my 6x6 papers in a small holder. And then this is just, again, a piece of this. I've got my label on it. And again, I've got listed what color goes. And these all get stacked up in my little holder. But yeah, this is beautiful paper. One side you've got is going to be kind of plain Jane. It's just a pattern. And this is kind of what the embossing folder looked like. But I like I said, I didn't care for it. But I liked everything else that was being offered. And then this is the flip side. So yeah, so isn't this pretty? Such vintage. I mean, some of this is just adorable enough where you could mat and frame it. I mean, a lot of this, I was just like, oh my gosh, this would be beautiful. Just framed, you know, do some home decor with this. Just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful. So that is the Beautiful Gallery 6x6 designer series paper that goes with that suite. There's also embellishments, the pressed flower motifs. And these have some weight to them. So yeah, so they're really pretty. This one's trying to run away. Let me see if I can them turn back over. Yeah, these have some weight to them. They're not chintzy plastic. They're substantial. And then this ribbon, it's basic beige ribbon, and I think it's sheer. Or they're just calling it classic. But a neat thing about this is the basic beige is light enough that you will be able to color this with your blends. And I always have a problem getting off the clear wrapping. And I don't want to end up cutting my ribbon, because that's usually what I end up doing, is poking a hole in my ribbon when I try to always get this film off. Yeah, I am not a graceful person. I'm klutzy. I always was. My mom used to always laugh at me. But anyway, yeah, I'll do my surgery on this later. But yeah, basic beige, you will be able to color this with your blends. So great to know. All right, let's move into one of the stamp sets, one of the bundles. So it's Gallery Blooms. So here are all the dies. Here's the stamps. And there's my stamped image. All of these have die cuts in here that will cut all of these up. They would die cut all of those. Beautiful images. I like that. Plus, these are dies in the set that do not coordinate with the stamp set, because this is it. That's the stamp set for this. This huge die here cuts all 3 of these out at one time. So this die right here, when you run this through, you get this, and you get this. I love this because you can do this with the greeting. But also, I don't know if you can see on here, these corners are mitered, and there's just a little bit of an indentation, which you could cut this, then cut this again, and have different colors. or designer series paper. So yeah, I'm excited. I am excited with this set. And I know it's flowers, and I'm always saying, holy molies, how many flowers can you have? So, and I had quite a bit, except they're all going to retire. So I was like, dang, I have no flowers left. I think I've got like 2 stamp sets left that, that are flowers. And I'm like, uh-oh. I've got to replace these flowers with something else. The other bundle that coordinates with this is the beautiful motifs, and it has dies, but this is the stamp set. So, and I love these greetings. I love the greetings on here. This was stamped in Strawberry Slush, and again, this was stamped in the Secret Sea. But this was Strawberry Slush. The dies, okay, these 3 dies, which those dies are, this is what they look like. They do not cut out. They do partial cuts. So, yeah, this is all you're going to get from these. And you usually just sort of poke from the back. But it helps to give dimension to your cards. And then this one also just cuts out. And sometimes it's kind of nice to have a die cut, but it's not completely fully die cut out. You know, it is just a partial die cut. It's just going to give you some definition. These 2 dies, which they're a kind of like a flower and a fern. These 2 right here are actual die cut. These are supposed to completely die cut the image. Mine would not. I ran the dies through my Stampin' Cut and Boss twice. Didn't cut. Just made a hot mess. I shimmed it through my machine. It didn't work. I pulled out an old Big Shot that I still have and use for classes. Ran it through. It didn't cut out. Shimmed that. It didn't cut out. So I got on the phone. Actually, I did an online chat. I got on an online chat with Stampin' Up! And said, hey, I know these are partial die cuts, and it states that in the catalog. I said, but yeah, these other 2, are they supposed to completely die cut this like flower and fern image? And they were like, yes, those are complete die cuts. And I'm like, well, Houston, we got a problem, because mine are not die cutting. They're just making a hot mess, which is, that is not an issue. Your replacement dies are being processed, and we will take care of it. Like I said earlier with the cloud cover ink pad, the ink shifting and changing colors over time. These did not function. They didn't work. They were defective. Stampin' Up! Stands behind their products, and there is not an issue. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad. That I found this out. That way, on my video here, I can tell you, like, hey, you know, you're not crazy if you get these dies and they are not die cutting. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Get a hold of your demonstrator, contact Stampin' Up! And just say, here's my issue, here's my problem, and they will take care of it. Demonstrator support, those people are wonderful, and they will take care of any issues that you have. So that is all I have. I'm looking around, I'm trying to make sure. Yep, that's it. That is all I did for my pre-order for the online exclusives, and also for the Stampin' Up! Catalog. The new catalog, this is the new catalog. It goes live May 6th, and also new online exclusives will be going live also on May 6th. So, as usual, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedule to watch my video. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, just please reach out to me. I'm here to help. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.